everyone. Thank you very much for beating the cold, for braving the cold, and coming here to be with us, to spend the evening with us in this cozy, warm, well-heated gallery. Thank you, Bridget and Linda, for all your help, as always. Thank you, Trevor, for putting up with my bursts of late-night creativity. Well, pretty much like 2 weeks of staying up late until 3 or 4 sometimes. And thank you for my colleagues to come here to support me. It's so nice to see you. And for everyone, again, to be here. So, a little bit about what's behind this exhibition. I'm passionate about fusing boundaries between different mediums. And for this exhibition, I brought together the languages of photography, printmaking, ceramics, and embroidery. And all of this is to explore the theme of home and memory and their protection and preservation. Lately, the notion of home as a place of emotional and physical refuge seems like it has become a fleeting notion, with people moving from place to place, changing homes, losing homes towards natural disasters or due to misfortunes or simply passage of time. So memory of home becomes a symbol of who we are and allows us to connect and to remember our past in order to move forward to the future. As a newcomer, I'm not already a newcomer, but as an immigrant from Russia, I look back at my homeland, at my culture, at my roots, and trying to understand who I am. And I got inspired by traditional Slavic embroidery, where each pattern carries a deep symbolical image, a symbolical meaning, and where each pattern was believed to protect a wearer of who was wearing this embroidered, let's say, garment, and to guard off against misfortune or safeguard against evil and dark forces. So usually these embroideries would be done on either tea towels or tablecloths or garments, and usually in the places that were most vulnerable and most accessible to dark forces, which would be neck, chest, and arms. So that's where you would see shirts with all the embroidery, heavy embroidery done in those places to protect. So it's not just a design, a pretty design. It's really, the function was mainly to protect. So by using these, by incorporating these patterns, embroidery patterns, into the other mediums, I strive to, and I aim to recontextualize them, to put them, to reinterpret them, and to turn them into protectors of and guardians of memory. So that's what it is here. And by fusing different mediums, the medium of embroidery that I learned as a teen in Russia, and mediums of ceramics and printmaking that I learned in Canada, by fusing them, I kind of created dialogue between the past and the present, and the different dialogue between different materials, dialogue between experiences and processes, and stitching new memories and new stories for the future. So that's kind of my goal, what was my goal here. And a little bit about the process. People ask me, so what are collagraphs? Not many people know what it is, so I brought a little plate. It's called a plate. Anything in printmaking that you print from is called a plate. I know some of my students here. So this is a plate for this collagraph here. So a collagraph can be done with different surfaces, different substrates. This one, surprise, surprise, is oat milk package, Tetra Pak surface. So it starts with a drawing, of course, a sketch, which was then transferred onto the surface, which is then incised and etched. And then in the printmaking studio, you need a printing press for this. So in the printmaking studio, it's run through a press. It's inked, of course, run through a printing press, and then you get images like this. And so later, I thought I need to go further again to incorporate that embroidery pattern. So then I would search for a certain symbol from those embroideries, traditional patterns, And for example, each of these images would have a symbol that's kind of goes well with the image. Let's say here, the work is called When Flowers Were Like Little Suns. So this embroidery symbol here represents the sun. So of course I had to think, okay, how well it fits into this. You know, you take tracing paper, you kind of design that pattern, and then you put it on the paper, and then you poke holes to specifically know where the embroidery will go, and then it will be embroidered, and then framed and put here. So that's the process. And then same with the ceramic pieces. Again, incorporating ceramic and embroidery into one. So these are all symbols as well. They represent different things. So there we go. I hope that it answers the questions that I have about holograph, what a holograph is. So it's in short, but yeah, you can take my class. More about it. I teach classes at the Vertigo Community Arts Center, so printmaking classes for artists. Thank you so much.